Alright, welcome back to another installment of Julian's Random Projects. This is the garage sale edition, I suppose. As mentioned in our previous video, I bundled this broken GameBoy Advance SP. God only knows, I don't keep track of these model numbers and things, but it looked nifty. It was sort of bundled with the other thing, so it's somewhere between free and $1, and it doesn't come with a power supply, but did come with the hit we all played, Backyard Hockey. And classic NES series, Donkey Kong. Oh, Donkey Kong, very nice. Probably like a port of Donkey Kong in a case. So you know it's good. The kids already got one of the SPs. Let's see, like one of these things. And also, a yard sale pick. Much more modern games, and she likes it. She plays a couple things on that, but it's not as much as you think a 5-year-old would play that. So I don't intend on keeping this for very long. It's just more of a can I get it up and running kind of a thing, and if I can, I might clean it off and pass it along to someone. But before I invest any more time and money in buying a power supply to see if this works, let's try and charge it manually. Let's take this out to the garage and I will show you guys how to charge these up without a charger. You should be able to charge any of these lithium-ion batteries with a benchtop power supply, and here's how you do it. This is the same for 8650s, the same for single cells. Let's deal with a single cell for right now, and then if you get into this stuff, look around for what to do with multiple cells all stacked together and stuff. But lithium ions, no matter whether they're lithium polymer, lithium ion, most of the names are just marketing. But if you want to charge one of these, they're dead at around 3.2 volts if you want to be nice to them, really mean, 3 volts if you want to be mean to them, and they are fully charged at 4.1 or 4.2 volts, depending on some of the chemistry. So if you want to go on the safe side, just go with 4.1. If you went to 4.2 and you weren't supposed to, you're probably also fine as long as you don't store it like that for a really long time. Let's set you guys up here. Normally I get really technical and I actually plug in a multimeter to the ends here that are the same, this lead goes off, and it's a good length because it goes from here to the other side of the desk. But just in case you don't have that, I want to show you it doesn't matter. You don't have to have a bunch of fancy equipment. I mean, sure, this is fancy, but I think you get these for $30-40 on Amazon. So set your voltage. In this case, we want 4.1. You can't really damage a battery once you get the voltage set, provided you don't give it a ton of amperage. These types of batteries, the battery's only going to pull as much as it can. It is a load that's being applied to this source. But these really wimpy batteries, or ones that are really dead, you don't want to come in here strong and give it 10 amps. It might try and take it and then heat up in the middle and then pop these things. So start low. Bench top power supplies, good ones. When you short them out, they will protect themselves and go to a constant current state without harming the power supply. And because it's at 0 volts, you can actually crank this thing up to whatever the max is that your power supply will provide, and it won't harm it. Just holding it here. You can use this method of shorting these two out to dial in the maximum amount of current that this thing will give up, because it'll go into this constant current mode. Constant voltage, constant current. So let's go with something like 500 milliamps. These big, meat hooks here are kind of hard to get into here without shorting it out while you're doing this. And you definitely don't want to be, again, we already established it doesn't hurt the power supply, but if you had these in here and they shorted out to each other while also connected to the battery will try and dump through that short. So let's avoid that. Grab a set of multimeter leads. At the end of those, it's these guys. And then just come in here, minding the polarity. It's got and thank you Nintendo for marking these things. This side's positive, this side's negative, indicated by the plus and the minus. And then you just touch these things and probe them, and bam, there you go. So you already see it. This battery didn't get up to 4 volts, so it's 3.6 is about where this battery is, and it's already pulling the max current we set earlier. And you can drop that down if you want to be really, quote unquote trickle charge just a little bit. You could drop this thing down to 100 milliamps if you wanted to. There you go. There's 100 milliamps. So let's say you're worried about this thing catching on fire while you're making your cup of coffee or whatever. Then you can set it to a low amperage, in this case 0.1 amps, 100 milliamps. 100 milliamps, the energy potential is lower, right? We're not really providing enough energy for this thing to start heating up, so it's not likely to, and then that reduces our chances of having this thing catch on fire. If you're really nervous about it, buy yourself an old ammo can, drill some holes in it, run the wires in, close it, charge it up inside there. Or they sell these special bags that are made out of like retardant material, and you can slide your lipos into that bag while it's charging. In all the years I've been doing this, I haven't had a problem. Just be smart with the batteries you're charging manually, or don't do this. Go get one of those little TP4056s and solder these up to the TP4056 into a USB plug, and then lots of protection built in. You'll be fine. I'm guessing 500 milliamps is probably pushing it for this little cell. It's not likely that it charges that high under normal conditions. So I'm not planning on pushing it much further than that. But it looks like it's taking a charge. So let's head back over to the kitchen table and see if we can boot up the Game Boy. Alright, so we're back with our freshly charged, or should be charged, battery. And I just noticed there's like a weird set screw, like a trim pot there, or pot short for potentiometer. No idea what that is. We'll tinker with that later if this thing, maybe that's like a brightness setting for the screen. I don't know. If you do know, feel free to let me know in the comments. All right, let's put that in. Probably doesn't need the lid, but just in case. Snug. For its inaugural boot, I want Donkey Kong to be. Who gives a shit about NHL? Okay. There we go. Come on. Oh, that's promising. Trying to play this through my screen, through the camera's screen. Here we go. Totally worth $1 or less than. All right, so that's a quick one. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at this salvaged Game Boy SP. I will get this thing cleaned up and find a new home for it. And I hope you learned something new with manually charging a battery. Thanks. See you guys on the next one.
I'm hanging in, there ain't no doubt, and I'm hanging tough. Over and out, over and out, over and out.